Good evening and welcome to another edition of HGP Sport. For today, I'm Jadon Samuels. Thanks for joining us. Football news. With 10 days left before the 90 minutes that can change local football, the Golden Jaguars will engage Team Suriname this Saturday in a friendly match before they rumble with the big boys from Belize. Here are the details. With tensions rising and whispers of the all-important Belize and Guyana encounter in the air, the local side will travel to neighboring Suriname for yet another friendly, which will definitely test our readiness for the March 23 game. The match is set for the Pecan Stadium in Naikeri from 15:30 hours local time and will consist of an 18-man Guyana-based team that will depart on Friday, March 15. Coach of the Golden Jaguars, Michael Johnson, said the team is in arguably the best position going into the March 23 fixture.
This camp, as well as probably any other camp, is probably the one which has been more exciting because of the training venue, because of the time allocated for the local players to get up to speed. And they're going to be improving all the time with the work that they're doing with Charles Pollard and Wilson Toledo. So I think going into this game, we are in probably the strongest position that we've been in the games that I've taken control of.
Meantime, the Guyana-based squad early in the week engaged the East Bank Demerara Football Association select team in a training match at the GFF National Training Center at Providence. Converting ball possession into chances being the subject for that friendly encounter, assistant coach Charles Lily Pollard said the team is right on spot. The assistant coach also mentioned that this is definitely a bigger step taken by the Guyana Football Federation to properly prepare its players for this fixture.
I played for Guyana over 2 decades, and over these 2 decades we never had such a humongous preparation for these local guys. And I'm a firm believer that if we have a national team, we must have a core of players in the country, meaning that the local based players. Because I don't think it's right to flow in a number of those players. It's difficult to get the gelling in 5 days. So it's important that the local guys have a fair chance. And I think it's a great initiative by the GFF to put this 8-week program together. I think it's the first time the national team ever trained with a well-marked ground, nets, portable goals. So I think the training facilities could only enhance the preparation for this program. If the local Jaguars can come up with a win, it would qualify Guyana for the Gold Cup for the first time. Jadon Samuels, HGP Sport. Let's turn our attention to some basketball news. The Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association Let's Bet Sports Knockout Tournament will officially commence on Friday at the Barnum Court, Middle and Carmichael Streets. The 15 days of basketball action will commence with the Under-23 division. In the opening match at 18:30 hours, Pepsi Sonics will take on the University of Guyana Trojans, with Cobras scheduled to match scales with Eagles in the feature affair at 20 hours 30. Let's turn our attention to cricket news. With just under 2 weeks to go before the WICB elections, presidential candidate Ricky Skerritt is steaming up his campaign as he seeks to unseat long-standing President Dave Cameron. Skerritt, in a presentation on Tuesday at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus, said Cricket West Indies is becoming a Cameron organization and not a cricket entity. Details in this report. With days to go before the March 24 WICB general elections, Ricky Skerritt has made it clear that he and his running mate Dr. Kishore Shallow had prepared a 10-point plan they believe could become the guide for the pathway forward for West Indies cricket, along with inputs from stakeholders across the region. In an address last night to a gathering of cricket administrators, stakeholders and fans at the Errol Barrows Center for Creative Imagination, University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus, Skerritt said, "I am sure that we can fine-tune this plan to even more simple language to ensure that the C in Cricket West Indies actually stands for word cricket." Skerritt opined that Cameron has become bigger and more important than our cricketers, and various indicators have shown that the politics of survival
in the office of the president matters more to him at this time than our cricket. Meantime, Cameron has already garnered the support of the Barbados Cricket Association Board as well as those of the Windward Islands and Guyana in the lead up to the elections, while the boards of Trinidad and Tobago and the Leeward Islands are throwing their support behind SKERRIT and Shallow. The direction of the vote of the Jamaica board is not known, but could prove critical to the outcome of the election. The Jamaica board is headed by President Billy Haven, who reportedly has not always seen eye to eye with Dave Cameron. Jadon Samuels, Hgp Sport. More cricket news. Guyanese female cricketers are beefing up preparations ahead of the regional 50 overs and T20 tournaments. Here are the details. The national female senior cricket team have begun their preparation camp for the upcoming Cricket West Indies Regional 50 Overs and T20 tournament to be held from March 17 to April 4. Bharat Mangru, coach of the national female senior cricket team and former coach of the West Indies blind team, said, "With the home advantage, we are looking to probably finish somewhere between 1 to 3, which could be a good achievement. Having never won the tournament, we don't want to put them under that pressure and demand that they win the tournament. So anywhere from 1 to 3, we will be satisfied with, but winning will be the ultimate goal." Barbados and Jamaica are the defending champions, and Guyana is preparing specially to defeat those teams, but also getting ready to conquer Trinidad and Tobago, Leeward Islands and Windward Islands in the 3-week tournament. Jadon Samuels, Hgp Sport. And finally in sport this evening, the Guyana Squash Association held its annual general meeting at the Georgetown Club, Camp Street. David Fernandes is president, while Owen Verwey will serve as vice president. Garfield Wilshire will serve as treasurer. President Fernandes championed the commitment of the players and families of the fraternity, along with expressing gratitude to the Guyana Olympic Association for its significant contribution to the international tours of 2018. That concludes our cast for this evening. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I'm Jadon Samuels, reminding you, like I always do, to say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.